Hey YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited for us to watch the second half of a Team Beachbody National Wake Up Call from July 4th with President of Beachbody, Michael Neiman. I really enjoyed watching the last Michael Neiman video with you. And in this one, he's going to tell us about why hitting Success Club is so important. I'm really excited to watch this video. And as always, please let me know what you think down below.
So Michael Neiman, our president, there's so many things that you don't know what he does behind the scenes. And what he's always doing is looking at coach performance and seeing where there are opportunities for improvement in the network. I mean, he's been doing this over 15 years. And when I asked him to be on the call, he thought a lot about Success Club. He thought a lot about how it started, how it's going. He has some insight. I want to share that with you. So he actually recorded this. So let me share the recording with you all. Here we go.
Hey, everybody. It's so nice to be on the National Wake Up Call on this July 4th holiday. I always get invited to speak on the holidays because I think that's when the lowest attendance is, so I can do the least amount of damage. But actually, a
viewer on the last Michael Neiman video I did said something along the lines of, he is, out of all the MLM people, he is like the most reasonable to listen to. And I agree. I think he is a good speaker. He seems intelligent. He seems to know what he's talking about. And I don't mind listening to him. I think he's good at this kind of public speaking. I know he's just making a joke here to seem more relatable, but I think he's good at this. And I like him on the National Wake Up Calls. What do you think?
I appreciate anybody who's spending the time to check in on this super weekend. And, you know, I thought recently I was kind of taking a little trip down memory lane. And I was looking at the years from 2012 to 2016 in Beachbody's history. And that was sort of, those were the years when we went from being kind of a little company to a big company. We really just saw some major trajectory in growth as a company in those 4 years. And I thought,
in the MLM context, major trajectory in growth means that you just have more distributors sign up. And of course, in Beachbody, you have all these different fees and PV requirements that you have to meet. And I don't know what the fees were back then. If you were in Beachbody in 2012 to 2016, let me know down below if the fees and the requirements were different or if they were the same. The growth came from more coaches signing up and then meeting their PV and like fee requirements. What do you think about that?
Back about what happened in those 4 years that just sort of really drove that growth and
you had more coaches sign up,
created that sort of momentum in the Team Beachbody business. And there were a few things that were happening back then. One of them was we had just sort of had this idea of creating this product bundle at the time called a challenge pack. Now we call them total solution packs. And that sort of made it a little simpler for our coaches to present the Beachbody sort of total experience. At the time, this was before Beachbody On Demand. So we would combine a fitness DVD along with a monthly continuity of Shakeology. And we called that a
That's interesting. I didn't know that's what the challenge packs were back then. Again, if you were in Beachbody from, I think you said 2011 to 2016, do you know what the prices were? And do you know, did you find it that you got value for the price that you had to pay? And were there just challenge packs with the new program? So like the brand new releases, would those be the DVDs, or could you decide which program you wanted and which DVD to purchase? Let me know your experiences with the old school challenge packs down below. I'd love to learn.
Challenge pack and that sort of total experience with Beachbody started to be an easy thing for coaches to present to their customers and explain that it's not just working out. You really need to focus on nutrition to get that whole experience that leads to results. So
again, if you've been in Beachbody during that time, do you know what their nutrition programs were or if those existed? Because Beachbody touts now that you must follow the nutrition programs, you must drink Shakeology and Energize and whatever, Recover, and you must follow the program. And so I wonder what kind of nutritional supports existed back then. And we all know Beachbody touts that their only way to meet your health and fitness goals is to use all the Beachbody products, to do all the programs, to follow one of the nutritional programs, and to have Shakeology, Energize, and Recover, which is weird. No one needs pre-workout to find success. It's just caffeinated powder. So I don't really understand that. But yeah, the point is, tell me down below what were their nutrition products back then or nutrition programs.
that was one thing that happened. And then the second thing that happened around that time was we introduced this concept called Success Club. And I'm sure that many of you have heard of Success Club. If you're a brand new coach, you may have been told by your upline, you got to hit Success Club. And you're thinking, what is Success Club? Well, I
remember while we're listening to him, uplines want downlines to hit Success Club because one of the ways for them to get points on the road to elite is if they're directly or personal sponsored coach hits Success Club, so gets 5 Success Club points, or if one of their new coaches gets 1 point in their first 2 months as a coach. So remember that context as we're listening.
I thought that I would take a minute to talk this week about kind of going back and why did we start Success Club? And because I do think that it was really a contributor to seeing that growth that we saw over those 4 years. And I think that it still can be sort of a powerful concept for us to create new momentum in the business, whether that's the whole Beachbody business or just your personal business center.
So there's 2 things with that. So I think he's saying Success Club contributed to Beachbody's growth because, of course, the coaches are incentivized to sell challenge packs and Shakeology. And if you are selling a challenge pack, you could either just sell a challenge pack to someone and they're just a customer, not even a preferred customer, or they could sign up as a preferred customer or as a coach with that challenge pack. So it's important just to remember that just because you hit Success Club, meaning you sold 3 challenge packs, does not mean that you signed up 3 extra coaches. Remember that. I think that's important. And part of Success Club is that useless recognition. Months and months ago on my channel, I did a video about how if you hit Success Club the first month of the year, you get a certain prize, the 3rd, you get another prize, 9th, and then the 12th month of the year, you get a prize. And people say in Beachbody that the prizes are worth like $500. But in my opinion, they're trash. It's like a ball cap, a backpack with the Beachbody logo on it, a massage wand, a holder for your phone so you can do videos on your phone. And in my opinion, they're useless prizes. And I've said this 1,000 times. If I hit an amazing milestone, you need to pay me. You need to give me a cash bonus. I don't want this useless recognition and prizes. What do you think?
To create some momentum there. But since I know there's often a lot of new people on this call, let me just take a step back and talk about Success Club and what it is and what we were originally trying to achieve with Success Club. Really, Success Club, what we wanted was that when you qualified for Success Club, and by the way you qualify for Success Club is that you earn points every time you sell a nutritional subscription worth 90 points or more. Most people earn their Success Club points when they sell a total solution pack. You earn 2 points, and if you sell 3 of them, you end up with 6 points, and it takes 5 points to officially achieve Success Club in the month. But actually, when we started Success Club, the thought was really bigger than just earning these points, enrolling 3 people, earning your points and saying,
Michael, you're not automatically enrolling people in the business, and you know that. Someone could just buy a challenge pack because they think the program looks fun and they want to try Shakeology. You're not automatically enrolling people.
Yay, I'm part of the club. Really, the concept behind Success Club was about growing a large, productive organization. I sometimes call it.
What about selling challenge packs and helping people change their lives with Beachbody products? Why is it about growing the organization and not about sales? I know why, because you're a pyramid scheme, Michael, and you know this. And everything in Beachbody is always about growing a team. It's never about sales and just simply connecting people to Beachbody products. What do you think?
Organizational scaling. When I think a lot of times we join the business and we kind of look forward to goals that we have in achieving, and some of them might be income goals. Often that income, while a significant portion of it can come and should come from those direct sale commissions that you make to people, as you start to grow an organization below you, you have an opportunity to earn team cycle bonus. And that's really an important part of growing a larger scale income. And the income.
So he said a significant part of your income can come from sales, but growing a sustainable income comes from your team cycle bonus. So Michael, I like you as a person. You seem really cool, but you just confessed, in my opinion, that Beachbody is a pyramid scheme, because you said the way you're actually going to grow your income is from recruitment. And I know that Beachbody coaches don't necessarily get a bonus directly for recruiting people, but the only way you get a big team cycle bonus is if you have a massive downline underneath you. So sorry, the way you get a big team cycle bonus is if you have a massive downline underneath you, people who are all meeting their personal volume requirements and qualifying or meeting one of the qualifications for Success Club, which is having 90 PV to your home on Home Direct every single month. Everything that your coaches purchase counts towards your team cycle bonus. And the only way you can do that significantly and get a big check is if you have mass amounts of people on each of your legs. What do you think?
And that comes from that really happens when you can start to duplicate successful selling through your organization. And so the idea of Success Club actually, like I said, it was bigger than just saying connect to 3 people a month. The thought of it was that if you can bring in 3 new people into your organization or personally sponsored organization each month, by the end of the year, you would have 36 people personally sponsored by you. And actually, they might not even be 36 coaches. They might be 10 coaches and 26 customers, or 5 coaches and 10 preferred customers and 11 customers, whatever it is. But bringing in 36 people into your organization meant, in essence, that you were planting 36 seeds.
I want to stop here because he's going to go into a weird analogy about seeds. So he's saying if you sell 3 challenge packs a month, that means you're bringing 3 people per month into your organization as a preferred customer or a coach. By the end of the year, you're going to get 36 people. You're going to have 36 people in your personally sponsored organization. Anyone who's been in Beachbody, what was your customer retention like? People who signed up as preferred customers, did they actually stay on the product for a year? Or did you have a lot of people falling off, and did you have to replace those people in the constant hamster wheel? What about recruiting as well? So if you had a coach, what percentage of your coaches actually stayed on for a year? Or did you find that a lot of people fell off? He's making a lot of assumptions that first, we can actually sell 3 challenge packs a month, and that those people are actually going to sign on as a preferred customer or coach. And also that those people actually stay on for a whole year. I don't think that's realistic. I think those assumptions are not based in reality. I feel like a majority of coaches and people in MLMs in general probably experience a lot of turnover in their team and probably have to keep rebuilding because people quit. So I feel like you need to have people lined up, ready to go to fill the slots of your coaches and your customers who fall off. What do you think? Is that an accurate assumption? Let me know.
That would potentially blossom into productive coaches themselves. Really, the goal was with those 36 people that your investment in those people would mean that some of them would themselves become advocates for Beachbody's products. They would build a belief system in Beachbody and hopefully become your next productive coaches. So really, as you think about it, Success Club was bigger than just acquiring the 3 people a month. Success Club, again, was about planting enough seeds and nurturing those seeds that they would sprout and that they would also start to get into enrolling activity or customer acquisition activity or coach acquisition activity, that they would start to connect people to Beachbody solutions and start to create these little volume engines inside of your downline organization.
Thoughts on this weird ass analogy that we hear all the time in MLM about people, prospects, coaches, distributors being seeds. So he's saying Success Club is about planting the seeds. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Planting the seeds, getting people hooked on Beachbody products, and hoping that they can be converted into a coach or preferred customer, and then they can become volume engines in your downline organization, meaning that not only are they meeting their personal volume requirements and the requirements to be qualified for a Success Club, but they also have people underneath them meeting all of their requirements, which of course contributes to your volume at the top of your little pyramid. In my opinion, the idea of sowing seeds, I think, does that have a religious connotation? I don't really know what the history of that statement is, but I feel like it's making Beachbody seem as more of like a religious activity. It's giving it a religious feeling, which in my opinion is a little weird. This is a sales job. You're not in a ministry. You're not changing people's lives with Beachbody. It's a sales job. You're selling either the opportunity or the product. So let me know about the whole sowing the seeds statement and what you think about that. What do you think about humans being compared to seeds? I think it's weird. I think it's culty, but I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Now, so that's sort of the point of Success Club. I know that sometimes people get obsessed with, I've got to hit the points. I've got to get the points. And, they only get 4 points instead of 5 points. And they think I failed. You did not fail. Even if
I think it's fair that people feel pressure, because we learned in the road to elite that someone might be trying to get to elite. They're so close to elite. They just need a few points. And that person getting the points relies on me as their downline hitting Success Club, getting the 5 points, so that coach, my upline, can get 1 more point. What if I only get 4 points, and that means that person above me doesn't get elite? And so because I couldn't hit Success Club, my coach doesn't get amazing recognition at the top of the company. I completely understand why people feel a lot of pressure, and it's not just coming from them internally, it's coming from their upline coach who's feeling pressure to get to an elite or premier status. What do you think about that?
If you get 1 point, even if you bring on one person, that's one seed planted in your organization. I think that
just because you bring one person on, if you actually sign them up as a team member, you're not going to see any financial gain from that. I hate this thought of just because you don't hit Success Club doesn't mean you fail. Bringing one person on means you're changing their life. Sure, whatever, but I'm not going to get a significant payment from that. What about the payment that I'm getting related to my time? How many hours and hours and hours did it take for me to get that one person to sign up with me? What is my hourly wage that I'm getting from my financial gain from that transaction? It could be like 1 cent an hour, which is outrageous. In any other job, you're getting paid for your time, or you're on salary, and you're actually getting compensated not just for your efforts, but for the time that you put in. What do you think?
The idea of getting the 3 is really just, the more seeds you plant, the more opportunity you have for that downline organization to grow. And
the more seeds you plant, the more opportunity for your downline to grow. Michael, what about sales? What about more seeds you plant, the more people who buy Beachbody, who have their lives change from Beachbody, and who are part of our amazing community and meet their health and fitness goals? No, the products don't matter, because we all know that the coaches are the customers, and they are the customers through meeting their personal volume requirements and the Success Club PV requirements. It's all about growing a team. The sales part doesn't really matter, because the coaches are the customers. What do you think?
I think back to those years between 2012 and 2016, and we had not just people qualifying for Success Club or earning Success Club points, but what we were seeing is that there was a duplication happening down below. that the same methodology that those people use to get to acquire new people to join their teams, that their team members were using that same methodology and it was duplicating. And what we really saw was an explosion of momentum, of new coaches joining the business, and of volume growing below these coaches. And it's really exciting is that lots of
volume, it comes from coaches signing up, not from customer sales. Remember that. And in the MLM context, duplication just means doing exactly what your upline tells you to do and recruiting others in the exact way your upline recruited you, which I think is pretty interesting because when you sign up for Beachbody, you're told you're your own CEO, you can run your business however you want. But then once you come in, you're expected to duplicate and do everything your upline tells you.
So people were earning money as coaches, and we're meeting their goals as coaches. And so I bring all of that up because I think that it's a great framework. I just ran over a guitar string, so sorry if you heard a big clang there. But it's really, I think, an important lesson to think about now, that as important and potentially more important than you personally qualifying for Success Club, it's equally important that those people that are joining your organization, that you're helping them have a methodology that allows them to get into enrolling activity, and that they can pass that methodology down to the people that they enroll. And
because that's the way you get volume in Beachbody, is if your coaches are purchasing and bringing more people into their team as well. Because as I've said 1,000 times, Team Cycle Bonus comes from your whole ass left and right leg. And so it doesn't matter if they're personally sponsored or not. Anything your coaches do, you benefit off of that. And it's important for you to make sure your coaches hit, you need to hit Success Club, then your coaches need to hit Success Club, because that's one of the ways you can start on your road to elite journey.
And so forth. Because I will tell you that momentum happens in the business. It won't happen just by your efforts. It's going to happen by you developing a team of people who are loving what they're doing, being productive, bringing new people into the fold. That's when you really start to see organizational growth.
Pyramid scheme. So you can't find success in Beachbody if you just sell the products. Excuse me. You need to have a big ass team underneath you. We all know this. We all hear them say this 1,000 times. Excuse me. Sorry. It's just interesting now. What do you think?
So that is a short, hopefully, but sweet, just kind of thoughts around Success Club and why it is still really important to be in those 4 vital behavior activities every month. And you know, if by any chance, like this is something you should check where you are. If this is something where, hey, I've qualified for Success Club every month for the last 12 months, I'm a Success Club All-Star, I applaud you. That is incredible. Now the question becomes, how many of those people that you brought in are also having success? And
success, that doesn't actually mean financial success. Your people that you bring in, they're counted as having success if they hit Success Club every month, which doesn't really mean anything. That's not bringing in significant revenue for them. People say, as long as you bring in 3 people a month, then you are covering your products. So if you've been in Beachbody, how many people did you have to bring into your organization every month to actually see a reasonable profit? Not just revenue, but profit. I'd love to know.
If there's only a small percentage of them, rethink the way you're training them, rethink making sure that are they having access to the same tools and methodologies that you're using to have success. How do you transfer that down into your team? If you're a brand new coach and you're saying, I don't have a team yet, that's okay. This is how you build a team. Again, the 4 vital behaviors, do you have a belief system in the Beachbody products? Are you proof that the products work? And are you sharing that And as you bring in your first enrollment, your first person on a total solution pack, step back and applaud yourself, because those 2 points that you earned are awesome. And that is a fantastic milestone. Even if you don't hit Success Club, the fact that you are on the board is a fantastic milestone.
Another piece of useless ass recognition in Beachbody. In Beachbody, the coaches who have teams, they have leaderboards, and it shows the people who hit Success Club with their points, and then the people like honorable mentions who didn't actually get to the 5 points. And it might be like Bob Brown, 2 points, right? And so that means Bob Brown just sold 1 challenge pack. And it's fair. It's different when you have coaches who have like 50,000 followers on Instagram or 10,000 and they post their leaderboards, and then you might have like 200 people congratulating everyone and just love bombing them, showering them with praise and affection. And I can understand how that might make someone stay in the business longer, even though selling 1 challenge pack did not do anything for them financially. They now have a community of hundreds of people on Instagram who are showering them with praise. We've said this 1,000 times. For people who don't have a lot of positive reinforcement in their life, people might become accustomed to that and might want more of that positive attention. And those leaderboards could be a way to keep people in the business longer who actually aren't making any money. What do you think?
And hopefully you can help that person become a successful coach themselves. And then the next month be focused on, how do I start to not just get 1 person a month, but 2 people a month, and then 3 people a month, and then how do I develop it? So that's how I want you to think, because ultimately the real Success Club is when you have a thriving organization and you can include others on your team in that club. That's really exciting. So we're halfway through the year. Again, like, this is a time to really reflect. I think it's always great to kind of do, just like I was reflecting back on those years of 2012 to 2016. It's always good to reflect back on what happened in the last 6 months. If you've had struggles, ask yourself very specifically, like, why have I had struggles? What are the pain points that I was facing, the headwinds that I was facing? And how can I strategically adapt to move forward for the next 6 months of the year?
Michael, I think that's reasonable advice to look back and reflect and then adapt your actions moving forward. But I said this 1,000 times, I'm going to say it again. Doesn't matter in Beachbody. If you worked constantly and you sold 1 challenge pack a month for the start of 2022, unless you're able to convince hundreds of people to join you, and then, as he said, also make sure all of those people are hitting Success Club, you're not going to get a significant team cycle bonus. Unless you have lots of people in your personally sponsored downline, you're not going to get a significant matching bonus. And it's great to reflect, but unfortunately in an MLM where the system is set up for a couple people at the top of the pyramid to be really rich, while the majority of people at the bottom to fail, which means make no money or go into debt, it doesn't really matter if you reflect and you think critically on your actions. It doesn't matter, because vast majority of people aren't going to be able to change their trajectory in an MLM business. What do you think?
And change that. If you've had great success over the first 6 months of the year, fantastic. How do you lean into that and move forward through the next 6 months of the year? We are at a really exciting time in the business. We have Summit coming up in about a week. I can't believe.
I'm so excited for Summit because there's going to be lots of posts on Instagram and lots of videos on coaches' YouTube channels. And so I'll probably do, once they start to come out, I'll think about which ones I want to talk about, and I'll probably do at least a few videos on Summit, I'm sure. I'm excited.
Believe it, in a week, we will all be together in St. Louis, or at least most of us. Even if you can't be there, hopefully you'll get the message of what everything that's going on at Summit. Carl has a ton of announcements to talk about that are really exciting. We have some new products coming up that you're going to learn more about. We have First Thing and Last Thing, these incredible new nutritional products that are being delivered that you'll be able to learn more about and actually buy them there at Summit. You'll hear from Joel and the Lift More launch and some other launches that you'll hear about coming down the line. But most importantly, you will be there with other coaches. And that is the most special part of Summit. It's the way that you can just sort of get your tank refilled, your belief system refilled when you're amongst thousands of people who really have the same goals and likes that you have. It's so fulfilling when that happens. And you know what? Even those of you that can't make it, if you have an upline who's there, I'm sure that some of those good feelings are going to just kind of magically filter down to you.
So he's just explaining how Beachbody Summit is an indoctrination tool. When you're around 10,000 people who are all obsessed with the company, a lot of them are going to be like the top 10 coaches and elite coaches who are finding true financial success. And you see all the premier and elite coaches walking across the stage and getting amazing recognition. And of course, you want to be part of that too. Of course, you want that recognition, and you want to keep getting like that positive reinforcement and that energy from that massive Beachbody community. And it's just a way to keep people in the business longer. It's just a way to put people into even greater debt, because you buy a ticket, but none of the other expenses are covered. And the vast majority of Beachbody coaches are not making enough money to fly to another state from another country, if you're in one of the other markets, and spend several days in a hotel or B&B and be responsible for all your expenses while there. The vast majority of coaches cannot afford to do that. So I'm excited to do at least a few videos on Summit when the time comes, and we can talk more about it then.
But Summit is really exciting, something to look forward to. The other last thing that I do want to just make a pitch for, because again, if you're on this call, obviously you're hoping to find little tips on how you can grow your business. August, I'm pretty sure it's already been announced, but in August, we will be having our Team Beachbody Cup competition for coaches who might be new. Pretty simple. We just ask coaches to team up with 4 other coaches, create a team of 5 people, and hold each other accountable to the 4 vital behaviors in the month of August.
I think Beachbody Team Cup is just, you try to get the most Success Club points, and pretty sure it's just like from selling challenge packs. I was thinking a while ago of doing a video on Team Cup, and maybe I'll do it, and I'll need to do a bit more research on it before doing that. Again, just another way with useless recognition and prizes. And I do think like the top teams actually do get some kind of financial incentive, which is good, but only a few of the teams at the top who get the most points actually get a bonus. So that'll be interesting, and maybe I'll do a video on that.
And so the reason I'm telling you now is that sometime around the middle of July, I don't know the date, but we will open up registration, and you want to pre-register your teams of 5, and so that you can participate. You can always participate without registering, but you need to register in order to win some of the great prizes that we have with Team Cup. And we have some really great stuff in this Team Cup. We've actually teamed with a motivational speaker, New York bestselling author, Brendan Burchard, and he's going to be doing some webinars with some of our winners. We have, access to his Growth Day app, which is really powerful personal development app. And there's even a chance of doing some, cash bonuses during that time. But Team Cup is always just a time when we ask coaches, get in a team, hold each other accountable for vital behaviors, and for 1 month, the 31 days of August, just see what you can do if you're consistent with those vital behaviors. What can happen in your business? So often we have people at the end of the Team Cup that are like, I had no idea I could accomplish that. We have people who might have been.
In my opinion, I think it's another indoctrination tool, because you're in a small group of people who all want to get some kind of prize, and they're all going to push you, and you're going to work a lot harder in a Team Cup month because you want to get the most points and you want to get a prize. And then the purpose is to continue that momentum and that motivation in the other months, even if you're not going to get a stupid, useless prize. What do you think?
Stuck at Emerald for months and months and months, and they get on a Team Cup team, and suddenly not only are they diamond, but they're pushing star diamond, because
you're not automatically going to rank up just because it's a Team Cup month. Remember that.
They suddenly realize what they can do and how they can do it to within their time schedule. So Team Cup, be on the lookout. Make sure you sign up. I think that's probably the end of my little 4th of July message. Happy 4th of July to everybody in the US, and for everybody outside of the US. Enjoy your 4th of July, and it's great seeing you, and I can't wait to see everybody at Summit. Take care, everybody.
So I just wanted to talk about Michael's little speech on the importance of Success Club. What do you think about that? He's saying if you hit Success Club every single month, meaning you sell 3 challenge packs, that means you're automatically going to have 36 people in your personally sponsored downline. We know that's not the case. We know that most people in MLMs experience significant turnover. People fall off, people stop purchasing, and then you have to continually recruit people to fill those spots. He's saying you need to make sure your downline hits Success Club too, because that way they can duplicate what you're doing and they can grow a strong, thriving organization. He told us the only way to get true financial growth is to have a big team underneath us and get a significant team cycle bonus. We already knew that. We all know Beachbody is a pyramid scheme, and the only way to find success is through financial success is through recruiting. We know that you can't make a true living just from selling the products. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.